We are back in the kitchen here on Hot Plate, my absolute favorite place to be. And as you can see, we are joined by a third person. And when you know that happens, then we are up for a treat. I'm your host, Claire Karatu.
And I'm Chef Bennett.
Now, guys, what we do here on Hot Plate is basically create some super amazing meals for you to be able to cook in your kitchen. If you have not joined us on the show, then welcome to Hot Plate. All you have to do is go onto YouTube, Ebru TV, Hot Plate, just to see some of the recipes that we've done here before. Now, joining us today is my friend and chef, Melvin. Please introduce yourself and tell them what you do.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melvin Kanana Nduyo.
Yes.
And I'm a chefpreneur. And what that means is that I'm an entrepreneur that is in the hospitality sector.
Right.
So I do cooking for events, be it large events, small events. And by small events, I mean baby showers, baby showers.
Even a simple dinner that somebody is decided to have guests over.
Yes.
And it's becoming a thing now, guys. A lot of people are always inboxing, Claire, excuse me, where can we get a chef? I just have a small function. And now you're able to reach out to, you know, such chefpreneurs, as they call themselves. That's actually a pretty nice term, right? Right? And have them in your very own house, cooking for your guests. And it's going to be professionally made food.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So tell us about what we're going to be learning a little bit more about you.
Yes.
As a recipe that you have for us today. What are we cooking?
We are making buttered chicken.
Yum.
With mushroom sauce.
Yes.
And then for our side dish, we'll have mashed potatoes with stir-fried vegetables.
Okay,
yes.
That's a perfect. Like I feel there's you got your protein, you got your carbohydrates, you've got your vitamins from your vegetables there.
Exactly. And we're looking at the colors as well.
Oh yeah.
Because you have the greens with the stir-fried vegetables, you have the chicken and the mashed.
Exactly.
As well.
So you're gonna have a little bit of everything. So I know
Yes.
Chef Bennett is gonna be assisting you with what you need help in. So please tell us a little bit about the recipe and where we're gonna start from.
Okay, so we will start by marinating our chicken.
Right.
Because we need for that to grill.
Okay.
As it cooks in the oven.
Yes.
And then from there we will make our mashed potatoes.
Yes.
And then as the potatoes are cooking, we get to do the sauce and then we finish up with the stir-fried vegetables.
Perfect. Please begin. Now, guys at home, if you have a pen and paper, then it will be perfect for you to write a step-by-step of what we're doing here in the kitchen. But in any case, the episode will be up on YouTube, so you can catch up on everything so you don't miss a beat. So basically, preparation needs to be chicken. Now, chicken breast is what we're using.
Start cutting the potatoes.
Yes? All right. Now, we've got some potatoes here peeled. We can chop them up, and the reason we're chopping them up is because we want them to cook faster so that we can be able to mash them for you guys. We've got chicken breast there. Now, can you use any other piece of chicken?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, if we could use the normal pieces of chicken,
Right.
and then we cut them through.
Yes.
So that we get to have the grill cooking them so well.
That would have been
On
better,
the outside,
right?
yes.
So you mean skin on, skin off?
Skin off.
Skin off, right?
Yes.
So guys, a deboned is better or boned?
Boned.
Boned is better, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
guys, kama una kuku yani kawaida, yani broiler ambayo iko kwenye freezer, this is something that you can be able to use. All right, so yogurt is going in. How many tablespoons of yogurt are going in?
We'll do like 4 to 5.
4 to 5 tablespoons.
But it will also depend with the amount of chicken that you're using.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just want to make sure that you coat your chicken completely
Exactly,
with that. Na
yes.
si ati yani zina drown huko ndani amna. You want them to just coat the chicken completely.
Yes.
Aya, now seasoning is key.
Seasoning is key. And
Yogurt
so yogurt helps with tenderizing the meat.
Okay.
And having that buttered feeling of the chicken.
Yeah.
That's why we're calling it buttered chicken.
Okay, yes. And then now we're going to add some paprika.
Yes. This is paprika, like a tablespoon of it.
Okay. It's going to go in. Now, I love paprika because of the color and also the flavor. When you get that proper Spanish paprika, you get that pepper sweetness coming out from there.
Yes.
All right, we've got some what there?
So this is garam masala.
I love
It's my go-to
yeah.
spice.
Garam masala with chicken, you can never go wrong with
exactly.
that.
This is half a tablespoon.
Okay. of garam masala is
garam
going in
masala
there. Now
and
I can see you're not overly seasoning this. I keep going, don't worry. What is
yes,
that?
this is tandoori mix.
Okay.
It's an Indian spice.
Yeah.
So it goes very well with this dish.
Okay.
Yes.
And I love the fact that most tandoori spices, some of them actually have some sugar in there, which makes me very excited because I love to put sugar in my food, as you guys know. And we've got some chili also.
Yes, this is chili flakes. So we'll have like a teaspoon of that as well going in.
Yeah.
To spice it up.
Yeah, you just want that heat at the back just kicking in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have our normal seasoning black pepper, which goes with salt.
Yes. Salt and black pepper is a key. It's like icing on cake and oil on hair.
Yes.
All right. Now, we're going to chop up the rest of those potatoes. Chef, now have you, Chef Bennett, have you seasoned the water? Kabisa. Lazima. Now, this is something that we get asked a lot. Do you season your potato water, or do you season when you're mashing your potatoes? It's actually better to season your water. That way you have the potatoes cooked through with that seasoning. Yes, chefs?
Yes.
Am I correcto? Incognito. Okay. All right, now give that a mix up completely. And that just make sure that you coat that chicken with that the marinade that you have there. And are you going to put any garlic in there?
Yes, we will. Garlic and ginger as well has to go in there. Okay. I love garlic as well.
Yes, so do I. So I was concerned about that. I was like, where is the garlic and the ginger?
Yeah.
And it's usually key because now it soaks in the chicken. Now we're going to leave that to rest. Now, how long are you meant to leave the chicken in that marinade?
If you're a food nut, go for an entire night.
Okay.
If you're a normal person, go for 1 hour.
So, guys, the longer you keep it, the more the flavor is soaked into that chicken, and you don't have to worry about the chicken being bland in the inside, right?
Yes.
Okay. So a little mince of the garlic and a little mince of the ginger is going to go in there, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, Chef Melvin, please tell us a little bit about where your food journey started.
My food journey started in 2013.
Right.
That's when I joined school.
Okay.
And I did culinary arts.
Yes.
And so from there, I trained.
Okay.
Because that took like 3 years, and then I trained at Boma in the year 2015.
Right.
So they employed me as a casual.
Okay.
And then from there, that's when now I decided to now get into this completely. Because it's been a passion since when I was a child.
Oh, wow.
But now I decided to make it a reality by now getting into the hospitality
industry, right?
Yes.
Now, I know there's a lot of, in terms of palate, I know Kenyans have really grown in terms of the type of food that they enjoy nowadays. And how do you keep up with the market of the demand of what people want to have for lunch in the offices, you know?
So what happens is that right now, most of the people are into looking for caterers out there.
Right.
It's rare for you to find someone that is cooking by themselves and doing everything by themselves.
Right.
So they look for us to go ahead and do the work for them.
Okay.
And so if the client has their own menu or whatever they want for you to make for them, that's when now you cook that.
Yes.
But most of the times I love giving out
a little bit of you.
Yes, a little bit of me.
Yeah. That way it also makes your work easier because it's something that you're familiar with making. And it also gives your clients variety.
Yes.
You know, because then a lot of people might be like, "Mimi nataka tu sukuma na ugali, unilete tu sukuma na ugali pekee daily." You know what I mean? Yeah. So it gives them a variety.
Yes.
All right, guys, now we are basically marinating the rest of that chicken. A little bit of garlic has gone in there. I love that because it's also very aromatic. Already you can smell the spices just marrying in there. Love that. And a little bit of that ginger is going to go in there as well. Now I can see you're literally dicing these pieces.
Yes. You don't want them to be quite huge.
Okay.
You want for them to be like you want to dice them up.
Yeah, so they can just disappear in there.
Exactly. You can grind them or mash them up. But for now, we will just chop them into small pieces.
Right.
And then we add them in there.
Okay.
In order for them to coat nicely.
All right, go ahead. I'm
Yes.
going to let you mix that. Chef Bennett has literally put our potatoes there. They're cooking. What else can Chef Bennett help you with meanwhile?
So, you know, I'm so used to doing this.
I know.
That delegating.
I know you feel
I
Right.
need to work on that.
Right.
So, I need for him to help
The
me.
easiest job, Basi.
The
Yeah, he
easiest
can
job.
chop up the onions. He can chop up the onions.
Yes, for the mushroom sauce.
Okay.
How do you want
Yeah.
it?
How do you want the onions?
I need them to be cut into small pieces, like they not
Really diced.
Yeah.
Okay, now I noticed that you're using white onions. Is this the preferred onion for mushroom sauce, or can you use a regular red onions?
I prefer if you use white onions.
Okay.
Because that way it will help
Yeah.
cook easily and
Right.
give that nice flavor of the white
It's a bit
onions to
sweet.
the
Exactly.
mushrooms.
The red one.
And the
Yes,
sweetness as
than
well. It
the-
adds
than
a
the
little bit
red
of
one.
sweetness
Exactly.
to the dish. All right, guys, now if you're just joining us, we are in the kitchen with Chef Melvin, basically preparing some very delicious chicken. If you have missed a step in the recipe, all you have to do is go onto YouTube, that's Ebru TV, just to see the a step-by-step of how we got here. We have Chef Bennett breaking down, showing off as always with the chopping techniques. I'm telling you, guys give us so much pressure. We take time chopping these things kwenye kitchen. Wanyelewa? Right? So now, Chef, when you guys come in here, it's just like chop, chop. Mise en place is ready to go, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got our white onions basically going. We've got our mushrooms. Now, Chef Bennett, I know there's a way that you wash these mushrooms, which we have mentioned before and how to do so. What is the process to make sure that those mushrooms are chopped through completely?
Okay, as you can see, like when you buy mushrooms,
Yes.
hukuja na mchanga yao.
Right.
Of course, they are also wet.
Yes.
So what you do is just put some flour,
Yeah.
mix them up, and then now you wash them.
You wash them completely.
Sasa inatonga kila kitu hadi mchanga, hadi
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Naona tunakata the mushrooms, and I
Yes.
asked you whether we are going to use the blend, and you told me you love the bite
Yes.
in your sauce.
Yes.
Kwa nini?
So with the mushrooms, when you cook them, they really shrink.
Right.
Because of the heat.
Yeah.
So what I love to do is just cook them and then set aside some of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So that I can get that nice chewy
So some of it
texture.
we'll use it for the sauce, and then the rest you'll put it later on. when
Exactly.
the sauce
Right
is
on
already
top.
done.
Yes.
I have a question. Now, guys, I don't know at home if you also do this. Please let us know on the SMS number on the screen. And if you have any questions or suggestions as to which meals you'd like us to prepare on this show, please let us know. I want to know why you take out the stem in your mushroom.
It's just a preference.
Right.
Yes. Good answer.
Right. That's the best answer. Because we have chefs that come here who take it out and chefs that don't. I literally cannot take out that. I'm just like, that's a chewing. Yes. But in terms of presentation, also, it's nice to have just that top part
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
You
it's
know.
a preference.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put those aside for me. I'm just gonna make some more, some more chew after
Yes.
that. The stalk, the stem actually goes perfectly in stocks and in soups, especially when you cut them up and you get that round piece, and people can't really tell
Yes.
what that is. Especially in dried mushrooms, I love the texture that dried mushrooms brings to a lot of dishes.
Yeah.
Woo! My mouth, I'm telling you, the smells in here. All right, so we've got our onions. Now, Chef, I can see you've lightly diced some onions here, and then you've roughly chopped up some. Why is that?
That's basically for the sauce, and the rest is for the mushrooms.
Okay. All right, so you intended them on being like that. Now, I also see tomatoes. What are we going to use those for?
The tomatoes we were meant to put them aside.
Right. As garnish?
As garnish.
Okay, okay.
For our mashed potatoes.
Okay, wonderful.
So we will work on that.
Okay, I love that. Now, this is something that I always ask every single chef that comes here. And I feel like I need to ask you, that's fine. What is your absolute favorite meal to have?
Whoa, I love food.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love asking these questions, because it's such a tough one.
I love my chapati.
Yes, really?
My friends know me.
Yeah.
They know my chapatis.
Chef Melvin is
Right.
Yeah, turn for me. So I really love chapatis.
Right.
But besides from that, I love some nice pilau.
Okay.
With chicken.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Chicken pilau or just pilau with chicken?
Pilau with chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I know being in the industry, you get a lot of requests. You get a lot of people asking you for some dishes, cuisines that have you ever gotten one that's so out of this world that you'd had to go and study the recipe and know how to make it completely?
Not really.
Yeah.
But you find that most of the times people are into Chinese cuisine.
Right.
Like, that's the major one that I've,
yeah.
But I'm more into Chinese and American cuisine.
Okay.
The normal and Kenyan,
we know how to make it, right?
Yes.
All right, now I see some butter going into the pan.
Yes,
you use
I'll add some more.
Okay, you'll add some more butter. Do you use just butter, or are you going to put that with some oil as well?
I'll put that with some oil, because remember, mushroom soaks up the oil.
Right.
And the butter as well. So we want for us to have both.
Okay.
So that they cook really nicely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to pour you a drink. I know it does get a little bit hot here.
Thank you.
So I will pour you a drink, and myself. Because I'm just like, now I feel like when you guys are here, I literally, if you need any help from me, please let me know. I'd be glad to. The chef is just going to put just a little bit of oil in there. All right. A drink is coming right up for you. Now, butter, oil, mushrooms first, not the onions.
Yeah, that's enough.
So the onions don't go in first?
No, we do. We heat the pan, put in the oil and the butter, and then we put in our mushrooms.
Because also mushrooms have their own liquid, so
Yes.
you want to cook down the liquid.
Exactly, yeah. So we let it get really nice and hot.
Now this is, a lot of people ask us why we wait for the pan to get very, very hot. Could you please tell us, chefs, why is this, yani mnasubiri, mbona mwezi tumbukiza tu huko ndani alafu you just wait for it to get hot as it's cooking?
For me, it's for time, man.
Right,
yes.
It's a
Mostly
time
it's
thing.
because of
time.
Especially when it comes to onions. They take, like when you put, when it's on a cold pan, it takes a while for it to cook. So when you wait for the pan to get hot, nice and hot, it lessens your time.
I don't know about that. I mean, when the onions are in there and when you're waiting for the pan to get hot, you're still waiting for the pan to get hot.
Yeah, but now the pan will get hot faster when there's nothing
as
there.
compared to you putting
With
the onions in the cold.
Okay, I get that. But also in terms of cooking, I feel that when it's hot, it sort of like seals in those juices. Even when it comes to a meat or, you know, something, a cut of meat, rather than, you know, waiting it for it to get hot, it brings out the juices and you don't necessarily sear. You're more like also type of boiling, frying.
You're talking about searing meat? Or?
No, just generally about everything, heat-wise.
Okay.
Because sometimes in the kitchen, I don't know about you guys at home, I just put the onions in there.
But at home, you're at home.
Exactly. So I put the onions in the pan and then I switch on the fire and then you start hearing the shh. Then that's when you check. You're like, okay, my onions are going. So
that's okay. If you're at home,
right?
It's fine. Yeah, but if you're cooking for people and you're cooking a lot of things, yeah, it's good for your pan
to be hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we basically have our potatoes going, guys. We have our mushrooms going. Our pan is getting hot. That's our grill. Just to make sure we cook that chicken and get those lovely grilled chars.
Yeah.
Now, how do you make sure that you don't burn out the coating of the spices?
You'll check on the heat. ensure that it's not on a high heat, that it will burn the chicken. So, and as well, ensure that you coat your pan with oil to make sure that it doesn't burn or stick.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to cut back on your business just a little bit. Of course, I do know that you had shown interest on getting onto the social media platforms, right?
Yes.
What's the take on that, and how are you gonna put out your content?
So this is a little something that we are planning with my friend called Liz.
Yes.
So we are planning on having a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And in the channel, I'll be showing you guys recipes for different meals.
Yes.
Some are the ordinary things that you cook at the house.
Exactly.
And I will be giving recipes that are not too hard, not too complicated, but at the same time, informative as well. Something that you can whip up in the house.
Exactly.
And besides from now the food, we will have other content in the channel.
Yes.
But since we are talking about
food,
food,
no, that's absolutely fine. And we can't wait. We'll be looking out for that, and we can't wait for you to to put that out as well. Because honestly, you learn something new in the food industry every single day.
Exactly.
There's a lot of different techniques that are used by different people in terms of cooking. I mean, for here, we always, so you want the chicken?
Yes.
It's in the fridge.
Because you're going to eat that.
Right? Okay.
Let me tell you.
okay.
All right,
Don't
so...
steal your thunder.
Right, all right. So now Chef Bennett is going to take over the mushrooms. And then let me just get closer so I can see that chicken.
When I load the onions.
Okay. So with clean hands, you take your chicken.
Right. Make sure that oh, I love that garlic and ginger just popping there. And then you want to place that on that grill. There's that sound that I love so much. Now, you did not tell me why we're cooking out the mushrooms first. Are we? We're going to get out the water first.
Yes.
And then put out the onions.
Then I'll put on the onions.
Okay. Now, this cooks the chicken. The smells are coming out, the aroma of the spices. And I love the fact that the yogurt is just enough for the coating.
Yes.
And you've got also that garlic and ginger crust. Oh my gosh, that's going to be delicious. Right? Now, how long does that go in there?
We want for the chicken to coat on the outside.
Okay.
To have that nice golden color.
Okay.
And then we will put it in the oven.
Okay.
To cook for us.
Okay.
Till it's done.
Okay.
So
now,
what we are doing is that we are coating it on the outside to give us that beautiful color.
Okay. And then that also locks in the juices and you don't have a dry cut of meat.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people tend to finish that off on the pan. In the case, mtu ana nini, ana oven, unaweza ipika vipi?
If you do not have the oven, since we are making our mushroom, the sauce, after you've already done the coating, the pan frying, you can put your chicken in the sauce to cook.
Wonderful.
Continue cooking.
To continue cooking.
And that now stops it from being dry.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so we're looking for a lovely golden brown color, just to make sure that it's cooked through complete. I mean, rather just sealed it
through kapsapa.
Right.
No.
Just to make sure that it's sealed, the juices and the flavor is out there.
So,
onions. Chef is asking you to add the onions.
Yeah, because I'm just asking because
for the mushroom, we will set aside a little bit.
Okay.
Why?
For us to use later as a more or less like a garnish.
Okay.
And still to retain the texture.
Oh,
now,
right. Take out some. I thought he was meant to like set aside like the whole pan. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
Yes.
Now,
so
have you seasoned those mushrooms?
We need to put salt and black pepper in there together with the onions.
Okay. Now, but what about the ones that you set aside?
The ones that we set aside, what we will do, we will just season that differently, separately. And then when we add the rest of the things and the sauce is ready, that's when we will pour it in.
Okay, so I guess that's where now I can come into play.
Yes.
And I can season this as I taste it for you guys.
Yes.
Just to make sure that the mushrooms are seasoned completely.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of salt going in there, a little bit of black pepper.
Yeah.
That's basic seasoning 101. Just to make sure that you have everything seasoned, and then your mushrooms can let you down. So you just want to make sure that they're coated completely, right?
Yes.
Look at that. I love mushrooms so much. The texture,
yeah,
so good.
Yes.
All right. That looks pretty good.
Do we have vegetable stock? Or we use
Can make some.
What's that?
Aside.
What's going on there, guys? Tell us.
So what you want to do is cook our chicken in the oven.
In the oven.
As we continue with the sauce.
Okay.
Yes.
I heard you guys mentioning something about making some.
We wanted to make some stock really quick.
Right.
Yes, for
what
the mushroom.
Stock are wonderful.
Yes,
all
instead of using basic water.
Yes.
You can make, you can use either vegetable stock or chicken stock.
Or chicken stock.
Yes.
Okay. So Chef is going to make you some chicken stock real quick. And that's going to go into our mushroom sauce, guys. And that, I feel, adds a lot of flavor and depth to it.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because a lot of there are a lot of different ways to make chicken stock. I mean, sorry, mushroom sauce.
Yeah.
A lot of people just use the cream.
Yes.
But I love the fact that you're adding the stock because it adds to the flavor as well.
Yes.
And of course, we will be seeing how to incorporate chicken stock to your mushroom sauce. Yeah. Now, I know some of the ways is basically onions, garlic, and then cream.
Yes.
And then you have this really creamy, sweet aspect.
Yes.
But this almost like adds flavor, so it will be a bit, even in color, in terms of color, it will be a bit darker, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens for mushroom, you can cook it in 2 ways.
Okay.
The mushroom sauce.
Yes.
You can either use the white sauce.
Okay.
Or you can use the cream.
Okay.
So for the white sauce, is where you make the roux.
The roux, yes.
And then you add in your mushrooms.
Yes, yes, yes.
And probably the stock, if you have any stock.
Okay.
Any, what do you call it? The vegetable stock.
Okay.
Or chicken stock.
Yes.
And have that cooking as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
But where are we adding the cream, or we're making the roux style?
We will add the cream.
Okay, so we'll add the cream and stock either way.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. Now, Chef, please tell us the ways in which we make stock here on Hot Plate.
Okay, the simplest way, go home, just buy a cube. Buy the cubes, put in some hot water, komoto, and then just add the cubes and then just mix it up, adi dissolved.
Okay. Now, in the case that you have bones, like this is something I always say when you go to the butcher and you tell him that you want some cuts, don't let him throw away the bones.
Bones are really cheap.
They're really cheap, and you don't have to throw them away. Just take them with you and make stock. This way, you have so much flavor in your food. You can use this stock in your stews. I use the stock even sometimes to cook my pilau.
Yeah,
when I boil,
it's
so good. When you're making pilau and you boil your nyama ya mbuzi on the side, your maji, use that same water to cook your rice. Oh my gosh, the depth of flavor is amazing. All right, so on to our pan, which is going to go into the oven at what degrees, Chef?
180 degrees.
Okay.
For 20 to 30 minutes.
Yes.
Because it's chicken breast, it will cook really fast.
Okay.
As compared to
other cuts.
Other cuts.
Like the leg, oh my gosh.
Yes.
You want to make sure that cooks through.
Yes.
And it's usually, the texture is very moist and different.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that this cooks through. Pop that into the oven for some time. All right, now our mushrooms are going. Our mashed potatoes, guys, I feel like those are ready, right? And I know I got a question from one of you guys about send me a picture and asked what this was. It looked like a ball of ugali, and I told him that it was mashed potatoes. So there's different ways in which you can add mashed potatoes. So here you go right now. You know who you are. You've been asking me what that was. You can see how it is that you can be able to make your mashed potatoes absolutely creamy and delicious. That's why it's not just a dry bite of potatoes. All right, chefs. What's going on there now? We've got our mashed potatoes.
Yes.
You need to drain the water.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get closer. See that now. I wanted to see how these onions break down when the mushroom is already in there. Yeah. So we can see that the onions have started to sweat out, meaning that they're becoming a bit translucent. That way you don't have a crunchy bite of onion. And of course, the onion flavor also dies down a little bit. We've got our stock there, which we're just going to see how it's going to be incorporated. We've got our potatoes almost finished. Our more condiments, because we've got these veggies that we are going to blanch. Chef Melvin, are we going to blanch these?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are we going to blanch these?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, those don't take too long.
No.
No. Now, that's something that I love to, ask, because a lot of people want to pick up vegetables, adding aqua mashed vegetables. You want to have that crunch in your veggies.
Yes.
Now, Chef Melvin, what are you going to incorporate into those potatoes?
So for the mashed potatoes, we want them to be fluffy.
Yes.
And have a nice texture.
Yes.
So what we will add in is the butter.
Okay.
And a little bit of milk.
Yes.
Yes.
That brings out, and of course, if you've got some cream, that works as well.
Yes.
I see some people adding some fresh herbs in there sometimes.
Exactly.
It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
But texture is key when it
Yes.
comes to mashed
mashed.
potatoes.
Yes.
All right, now Chef
enough?
Bennett is going to tell us what he's doing in just a bit.
Add some more.
But let's go on a short break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, guys. This is Hot Plate, and as you can see, Chef Melvin ako ameshaweka kuku kwa oven, and we're making the sauce, and the potatoes are already ready.
Yes.
And all we're left with is actually the vegetables.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
And excuse me, you missed a very key point that we're left with.
Yeah.
Yes, me tasting.
Ah.
That is
Yes,
very,
and
very
you
key.
tasting, yes.
Right. All right. Now we are down to adding the rest of the. Actually, Chef Bennett, please tell us what you're doing.
Oh yeah. So stock was already made. So tunaongezea tu hapa.
Okay.
Hadi chef aniambia when.
Yeah.
When?
Half of that. Yeah. That's
Half of that. Too late. You just did. Okay. And Chef Melvin, please explain to us also what you're doing on your end with the milk.
So what I'm doing is warming the milk to add into the mashed potatoes.
Right.
And the reason as to why we're warming the milk is because you don't want to change the temperature of the dish.
Wow. I love that.
So you don't want to put cold milk into your mashed. So we will warm it a little bit, and then we add it into the mashed potatoes. But in the meantime, we will add in our butter.
Okay. Now, butter, of course, adds that flavor. Yes, I love butter.
Yes.
I love butter in in your mashed potatoes.
Yes.
And the milk also adds that creaminess as well.
Yes.
The butter adds that silkiness that you need, and that fat aspect in your potatoes. It just makes everything better. Butter makes everything better, honestly. I cannot. It makes pastries better. It makes food better.
Yes.
I love butter, but the only thing is, like, it's very costly here.
Yeah.
So can you use margarine as an option?
You can use, most of the people use margarine.
Right.
But
The flavor is different.
the flavor is different. So I'll rather go for butter as compared to margarine.
Okay.
Yeah, even when you're making other dishes, butter is always the real deal.
Exactly. It's always so much better.
Yes.
Sometimes I get so tempted to get like cream and whisk it into butter and make my own garlic butter.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because I'm just like, it's so pricey in the supermarkets, and it's so
yes.
unfortunate that it's like that. I wonder why. Is it like this in the markets outside?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So what I prefer to do is just buy in bulk
Okay.
and use
Sparingly.
sparingly.
Yes, sparingly. I'm just like, woo, you gotta use that, because I'm sure even in bulk it must be way more pricey.
Yes.
Right?
So for the milk that
Sorry.
is going,
Yeah.
is going into the mashed, you add in gradually.
Okay.
You don't want to add the entire milk.
Right.
So that you don't have runny mashed
Yes,
potatoes.
we're not trying to make some baby food
Yeah.
here. We're trying to make some mashed potatoes, guys. Texture is key. So
Yes.
that way you'll be able to moderate the amount of milk that you're putting in. The texture, you can see that already.
Exactly.
It's so smooth already.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
All right.
So in here, we will add in our fresh cream.
Yes.
So a tablespoon of it.
Only a tablespoon?
We will check gradually.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You see, you guys are the ones who do things professionally. Some of us just dump everything and then we're like, oops,
Yeah,
oops,
keep-
oops,
keep,
oops, too much.
stirring.
Yeah. Hold on, you see?
So there's some recipes that are quite complicated when it comes to making the mushroom sauce.
Okay.
But for this one, it's quite easy.
Yes.
Because it's just vegetable stock and the fresh cream.
And that's that.
And that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it. And it already looks so good. Okay, so should we add a little bit more?
Yes, just
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then that's that. Look at how creamy it is.
Yeah.
Looks and smells delicious.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm so going to make this tonight, honestly.
Smells amazing.
The chicken smells good, right? All right, now we've got our mashed potatoes going there.
And it's ready.
Right.
Use a spoon to scoop it
So we'll
out.
start with the sauce.
So we start with what do you call
Curry
it?
sauce.
What we will, I think we'll blanch the vegetables.
Okay.
And then we go ahead and finish up with the chicken.
The chicken.
Yes.
All right, now this sauce is going. How long should we?
Waja.
Here it is.
Ah,
Yeah, these are
you
sauces.
know what I was thinking you were making.
Right.
What are you thinking of making?
Oh, I thought you were making the Indian makhani, the one, the
No.
butter chicken, like it's submerged because you put
No,
that.
no. The reason as to why we were making this sauce different, separately, I think
That's good.
done.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking you're going to make a difference. So like, say so straight to me.
No, we will pour it on top of
Yeah.
the
Now,
chicken.
now I get it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll pour it on top
then
of
we're
the
done
chicken.
then.
Yeah.
That was still going on.
Now, this is a dish that we've literally taken the shortest amount of time.
Yeah.
And the amount of flavor that's going into the food is so much. And you get a little bit of everything, the proteins, your carbohydrates, and your vitamins from your vegetables, making it a balanced meal.
That's
Now,
okay.
a lot of people, a lot of people
much,
tend to
not
put
Okay.
the veggies, a very small amount of it, and then call it a balanced meal. But balanced meal means a portion distortion. It is key, guys. You gotta make sure your portions are right. Si kinyama kizima hapo, alafu ndio unaweka kamboga kadogo, and then you call that you've eaten
Filet
your
mzima na
right.
na kasukuma kidogo.
Kasukuma kidogo, you know, and then you say, "This is my balanced diet." Hamna, portion
Yeah.
is key. All right, so our chicken has been going in for a while. How long should you give it?
Since we
It
just-
will depend with the amount of chicken that you're cooking.
Okay.
But since ours was breast,
Yes.
and it cooks quite fast,
Then it's pretty much almost done.
because
it's
you don't want to
almost done.
overcook it also.
yes,
All right.
exactly.
So our water is going on there. This is going to be for our veggies, mixed veggies in there. Now, what are some of the best vegetables in terms of blanching and serving? Because there's always these green peas.
Yeah,
Bean,
yeah.
isn't it?
So broccoli, cauliflower,
Yes.
French beans,
Yes.
uh,
Sugar snaps.
yes,
Yeah.
they can be blanched.
Okay.
They need to be blanched,
Right.
so that they slightly cook. Because the idea of blanching the vegetables is to cook them slightly.
Yes.
Because you don't want them to be raw.
Exactly.
You want for them to cook a little bit.
Yeah.
So what you do is you blanch them and have them halfway cooked.
Okay.
Yes.
And then that's that. And the seasoning
Yes.
that goes in it, does it go into the water, or are we going to coat them with seasoning after?
We will coat them with the seasoning after.
Okay.
But what I love to do when it comes to blanching
Yes.
is adding half a tablespoon of baking powder or
Oh,
baking soda.
wonderful. Yeah.
In order for the vegetables not to turn the color
Okay.
into that ugly
Cooked green, right.
Yes, so it helps
Uh-huh.
with retaining the color of the vegetables.
Right.
So, and then you rinse off the baking soda with the water.
Okay.
So that you go ahead to stir fry.
Okay,
Yes.
and that's now when you shock it, right?
Yes.
So when you shock it out, that's basically just putting in cold water to stop the cooking process. That also helps in rinsing out that bicarb, right?
Yes.
All right, now I'm gonna check on the chicken. Smells
Yeah.
heavenly in here,
so
guys.
nice, yeah.
Smells amazing. Oh wow, and it's cooked. Actually, I think it's pretty much done.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we take that out, or we give it a few more minutes?
Let me check.
Right. And how do we check that? Now, this is something that I love to learn how to do, which is check on your chicken and your meats. Now, Chef has given us before a way in which you can be able to do so by pinching your, inner thigh, seeing the medium rare,
Yes,
and I love my meats medium rare, but
Yeah.
chicken should be cooked through.
Yes.
Salmonella is real, right, guys?
Yeah.
Amna medium rare kwenye kuku tafadhali,
kudanganya.
right? It should be always well done. Now, how do you
Yeah.
do this? You just chopping it through?
You can chop it through.
Right.
Or insert a fork.
Right.
and you will feel the texture of the chicken.
Okay.
If it's not cooked,
Right.
it won't go through.
Okay.
And if it's cooked, it will be easy to just put
okay.
in the fork and remove it.
Okay.
So we will give it like a few more minutes,
Okay.
and then we'll chuck it off as
All right.
you finish on the vegetables.
No problem. And
Yeah.
then gets to the plating, guys. Now, if this is a recipe that you would do easily, please let us know if you have enjoyed it. We'd love to see some of the food that you guys put out once you start this, once you try this recipe. Of course, the SMS number is on the screen, guys. Please continue to send us those messages in terms of suggestions
Yeah,
or
clean.
some of the
Should I clean
recipes
them?
that you've tried out
Clean.
with your comments and your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Chef Melvin is basically getting down to the final, which is the veggies, which I love the fact that they've done the fastest meal to prepare last.
Yeah.
And I've seen this with Chef Bennett as well. You guys have your processes. Wengine wetu tungeanza na vegetables tuyeke kando, aya tuanze wapi, mashed potatoes. But in terms of cooking and ensuring that you have your meals coming out hot and fresh, because potatoes, you don't want them to sit for too long. You want to serve them.
With her hack over there for
Which-
the vegetables.
Right.
So unaweza ianza mapema.
You can start it mapema so the
because
color
change
won't
color,
turn,
Yeah.
right?
So
You're
that
good.
looks ideal.
Yes.
All right, so that's gonna go drop in. I'm just gonna have a little sample of that mashed potatoes. That's my job here, guys. Please. Thank you. And as you can see, that bubbles up. I love bicarbonate. And we've got that lovely, look at how creamy that is. Absolutely gorgeous. And when you literally just finish everything off together in terms of the sauce, the veggies, the chicken. Look at the pop of green on that. Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it's like you've woken them up.
Yeah.
It's like they were asleep and they're just like, hey, wake up, we are fresh now, right? Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. The color is bursting.
Beautiful. Yeah. So,
Yummy.
Yummy indeed.
yeah.
All right, now down to the basics. We're gonna wait for our chicken to finish up cooking, and then we get to plating. So we are basically just gonna take out this chicken, which smells good, with the garlic and the ginger cooking there. Chef, let me have that, please. And of course, we're gonna take that out to rest just slightly, ever so slightly. And then look at the color on that. So we've got some that have the grill marks. I'm always so scared of doing this because of the fact that I've burnt myself quite a couple of times here. So we're just gonna take this off, let that rest. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We've got the grill mark still there. We've got that perfect brown. And at this point is where I've seen you've turned on your pan. Why is that?
To dry the pan.
Okay.
Because we've given it a quick rinse. Then since our vegetables are, we've already blanched them.
Yes.
So we want for the pan to get hot enough. We add in our butter.
Right.
And then our onions, and then we stir fry.
Okay. We discussed this, remember? So basically what we're going to do is just give that a little bit of a wipe. And we've got our pan going there. It's already very, very warm. So we want to melt our butter just slightly. And then you said we're going to put our onions there. Now I can't wait because that onions means more sweetness. It's not coming out. There you go. You can just grab that.
Thank you.
No worries. And then we are going to sear our onions just a little bit more. Oh, look at those veggies looking like a pop of green. I love that. Literally, they look like they've not even been cooked.
Exactly. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. And you still have your nutrients in there, looking good. But you want to make sure that you rinse off that bicarb. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Our chicken smelling good. Are you guys sure you want to keep this very close to me? I'm not too sure about this
Still hot,
whole idea.
so-
It's okay. You've never. I'm a Kenyan. We do the chakula ni moto. Eh. Eh. We don't waste time when it comes to eating. All right. Now butter is in, and then what goes next, Chef Melvin?
So we want to have the onions go fast.
Right.
So the best way to cut the onions, for the stir-fried vegetables is to have them cut in julienne style.
Okay.
So, but since you had already cut ours,
Right.
we'll just use that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll
Yes.
disappear in there a little bit.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
but it's
that's
always
okay.
nice to have that stringy chili.
Yes, because the rest of the vegetables have the same cut.
Okay.
So you want to maintain it
Yes.
as well.
Visually pleasing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our pan is okay, nice and hot.
Yeah.
So what we do is pop the onions in there.
Yes, straight in there.
Yeah.
I love that sizzle. Honestly, ringtone. I need it for my ringtone. It's like the best ringtone ever. It just
Yeah.
reminds me of food.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry.
And
So,
then give that a
add
lovely
the
mix. Chef, you're
mushrooms?
basically just
The
what that's
mushrooms
ready.
are okay. So
Yeah.
we add in the mushrooms that we set
Previously.
aside.
Yes, I did.
So, and that's our mushroom sauce.
Yes,
we are
basically done.
Yes.
I love that. So you have the ones that have that chew, and then you have the ones that have been cooked in the sauce.
Yes.
So that plays with the texture perfectly.
Exactly.
All
Yeah,
right, now
that's okay.
our mashed potatoes ready, our mushroom sauce is ready, our onions are cooking there, and
Yeah.
are we gonna season?
So we will put in the vegetables.
Yes.
And then we season.
Okay.
Yes.
So in goes our veggies again with the sizzle. Yes. And that just, you want to do this very, very fast at this point because you don't want to continue to cook your veggies. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to give that a bit of a stir, just ever so slightly. I love the fact that there's so many onions in there.
Yeah.
I love onions in my meal, honestly. All right.
We'll go well with the potatoes.
Right?
Yeah.
It will. And at this point, what seasoning are we going to add onto that?
We will just go as basic as possible.
Okay.
Salt,
Pepper.
black pepper.
And you're done.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people tend to think ya kwamba lazima uongeze mavitu mingi kwenye chakula.
Nah.
You gotta season it up in one. But it's usually just the simplest things ever, and you come up
Yes.
with the most delicious and decadent meal.
Yes, because
right?
at times people think that cooking is overrated.
Yes.
And it's as basic as this.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
be very honest.
And yeah, and it still just ends up being delicious.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so which plate can I hand you so that we can get to the plating part? We've got the red and the blue.
I'm torn between that.
This, right?
Yeah. That's black.
Red.
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 Let me have the
Red. Okay. The red it is. Red for the
Yes.
win. Look at that contrast.
Yeah.
Yellow and red. I love that. All right, and it's going to show the pop of the mash, the chicken, the veggies as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, you're doing the plating. Let us know.
Okay.
Our veggies are ready.
Yes.
Everything is ready now. I cannot wait to see how this turns up, looking like and tasting like. So we're just going to let you do your thing.
Okay.
And there we have it, a beautifully plated meal. Honestly, I love the height. Height is key. And I love the fact that it's on a bed of the veggies.
Yes.
Chef is so ready. Okay, chop it up for us, Chef.
Wow.
I want to get a little bite of everything.
Yeah.
So from the mashed potatoes to the sauce, to the veggies, the crunch, so that you can play with the textures.
Yes.
And a little bit of that chicken as well. Oh my gosh. That's delicious. Right?
You can feel the crunch.
Wow. Wow.
So you get the crunch of the veggies.
Yes. The tenderness of the mash.
Exactly. You get the chew of the mushrooms.
Yes.
And then the creaminess as well. And you get that little hint of, seasoning that you get. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yes.
And the garlic on the chicken as well.
Yes.
Absolutely delicious. Chef is not even talking. He's just gone on with the eating.
Aye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for showing us this recipe. And we can't wait to
welcome.
see what you have in store for us in terms of your channel.
Exactly.
Right? And all the best with that.
Thank you
And
so
we're going to have you
much.
here soon again.
Thank you for
right?
having me.
Yes.
Awesome.
And of course, you guys at home enjoy cooking this absolutely delicious meal and stay tuned for what she has in store. That's it for tonight here on Hot Plate. I'm Claire Carato.
And I'm Chef Bennett.
And you are?
Melvin.
Good night, guys. Have a lovely evening.